The fastest cars, the best drivers, the highest level of racing around the globe. You're listening to Talk F1 from the Michael Papinchak Show, where I discuss every race lap by lap from the Formula One season. Now buckle up, because it's time to Talk F1. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning into Talk F1. I am your host, Michael Papinchak. Ahead of the Hungarian Grand Prix, four-time world champion Sebastian Vettel has announced his retirement from Formula One at the end of this 2022 season. Sebastian Vettel made his debut in Formula One with BMW Sauber at the 2007 United States Grand Prix. He had his first win the following year at the 2008 Italian Grand Prix with Toro Rosso. His last win was the 2019 Singapore Grand Prix with Ferrari. He won his 4 championships consecutively with Red Bull in 2010, 2011, 2012, and 2013. He is the youngest driver ever to win the F1 World Championship. He has the third most race victories with 53 and podium finishes with 122. The fourth most pole positions with 57. And at the end of the 2022 season, it will be his 15th and final season with Formula One. Let's go over the teams that Sebastian Vettel was with during his 15-year career. 2006 to 2007, he was with BMW Sauber, test driver and debut in Formula One. 2007 to 2008 with Toro Rosso, which is the other Red Bull team, which is now called AlphaTauri. Toro Rosso is Italian for Red Bull. Youngest pole sitter and first race win with Toro Rosso. 2009-2014, he was with Red Bull, where he had his most success with those 4 consecutive championships. In 2015 to 2020, he was with Ferrari, but he was never able to gain that kind of Michael Schumacher success, kind of seen as the heir apparent to Michael Schumacher's success with Ferrari, but he was never able to convert any of those seasons into a 5th world championship. And he is ending his career with Aston Martin from the 2021 through 2022 seasons. This is something I did not know about the German Sebastian Vettel, but he likes to name his cars. I also name my cars. My first car was the Green Machine, then the Silver Bullet. Then I had then I had Stella, Vicky, and now I have Cherry. And my Maserati is named Francesca. So in 2021, he named his Aston Martin Honey Rider. In 2013, his Red Bull was Hungry Heidi. In 2011, his Red Bull was named Kinky Kylie. And in 2010, his Red Bulls were Luscious Liz and Randy Mandy. And then in 2009, he had Kate and Kate's dirty sister. Hysterical. I had no idea that the 4-time world champion Sebastian Vettel named his cars, which I think is fantastic. I am now going to read his retirement announcement. This is from Sebastian Vettel. I hereby announce my retirement from Formula One by the end of the 2022 season. Probably I should start with a long list of people to thank now, but I feel it is more important to explain the reasons behind my decision. I love this sport. It has been central to my life since I can remember. But as much as there's life on track, there's my life off track too. Being a racing driver has never been my sole identity. I very much believe in identity by who we are and how we treat others, rather than what we do. Who am I? I am Sebastian, father of 3 children and husband to a wonderful woman. I am curious and easily fascinated by passionate or skilled people. I am obsessed with perfection. I am tolerant and feel we all have the same rights to live no matter what we look like, where we come from, and who we love. I love being outside and love nature and its wonders. I'm stubborn and impatient. I can be really annoying. I like to make people laugh. I like chocolate and the smell of fresh bread. My favorite color is blue. I believe in change and progress, and that every little bit makes a difference. I'm an optimist, and I believe that people are good. Next to racing, I have grown a family, and I love being around them. I have grown other interests outside of Formula One. My passion for racing in Formula One comes with lots of time spent away from them, and it takes a lot of energy. Committing to my passion the way I did, and the way I think is right, no longer goes side by side with my wish to be a great father and husband. The energy it takes to become one with the car and the team, to chase perfection, takes focus and commitment. My goals have shifted from winning races and fighting for championships to seeing my children grow, passing on my values, helping them up when they fall, listening to them when they need me, not having to say goodbye, and most importantly, being able to learn from them and let them inspire me. Children are our future. Further, I feel there is so much to explore and learn about life and about myself. Speaking of the future, I feel we live in very decisive times, and how we all shape these next years will determine our lives. My passion comes with certain aspects that I've learned to dislike. They might be solved in the future, but the will to apply that change has to grow much stronger and has to be leading to action today. Talk is not enough, and we cannot afford to wait. There is no alternative. The race is underway. My best race is still to come. I believe in moving forwards and moving on. Time is a one-way street, and I want to grow with the times. Looking back is only going to slow you down. I look forward to racing down unknown tracks, and I will be finding new challenges. The marks I left on track will stay until time and rain will wash them away. New ones will be put down. Tomorrow belongs to those shaping today. The next corner is in good hands as the new generation has already turned in. I believe there is still a race to win. Farewell and thank you for letting me share the track with you. I loved every bit of it. End of announcement by Sebastian Vettel. A little bit of soul searching there, I feel. Children are our future. Probably the highlight of the speech for me, and the fact that he says, my best race is still to come. Basically saying that, I believe Sebastian Vettel is really into clean water and clean energy and all of that good stuff. And I feel, even though he mentions his family a lot and talks about how being a F1, listen, if you're not aware, Formula One races literally around the world. Every continent except for Africa at this point. They're North America, South America, Europe, obviously, Asia, Australia, you name it, Russia. Well, not this year. There's no Russian Grand Prix this year, but there has been Grand Prix in Russia. All over the place. Singapore, Japan, China, United States, Mexico, Brazil, all over Europe, Australia, like I mentioned. Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, Abu Dhabi, Azerbaijan in the Middle East. They race all over the world, so you can imagine how much time Sebastian has to spend away from his family and how all of these drivers have to spend time away from their family. But Sebastian, at the age of 35 now, is a family man with a wife and children. And honestly, this season, so far, his best finish has only been, I believe, P6. And we can see here, let's go through it. I mean, he has DNFs, P8, P17, not a lot of consistency, P11, P10, P6, P12, in all these races, P9, P17. He's not really fighting for the wins anymore. He's not really fighting for the championship. Like I said, he is now 35 years old, and I think he is ready to spend, based on this announcement, to spend the rest of his time on this planet with his family. I think that it was time for Sebastian Vettel to step aside from Formula One. And I also think there's some other drivers that it might be their time as well. So the young guns can come up and start fighting for wins and championships. This speech to me was a little interesting. Who am I? I am Sebastian, father of 3 and husband to a wonderful woman. I am curious. I can be annoying. My favorite color is blue. I'm not making fun of this, guys. Don't get me wrong here. He had an illustrious career. He's one of the greatest drivers, 4 championships. Like I said, kind of the heir to the Michael Schumacher, the next big German driver to go to Ferrari. But he was never able to convert, as I mentioned. It's just a very interesting speech. He could have easily said, thank you, everyone, for these 15 wonderful seasons, the 4 championships. Thank you to Red Bull. Thank you to Ferrari. You know, obviously Aston Martin, Lawrence Stroll Lawrence Stroll, who owns that team. His son, Lance Stroll, is a driver alongside Sebastian Vettel. Thanking him for, allowing him to continue his career. But Sebastian's goals have shifted, as he says, and he wants to see his children grow. Well, Sebastian Vettel, from everyone here at the Michael Papinchak Show and Talk F1, we wish you all of the best. Thank you for all of those wonderful years that you spent in Formula One. And we will miss seeing you on the racetrack. But, guys, I have to say, how long did Tom Brady's retirement last? 2 months? I'm not saying Sebastian's Tom Brady. I'm not saying he's not going to go spend time with his family. But, I just sometimes feel he's only 35 years old, younger than me, that he might be racing somewhere at some time. Let me know down in the comments if you're listening to this on YouTube if you think that Sebastian Vettel will ever come back to Formula One or any kind of racing in the future. Well, guys, again, I'm Michael Papinchak. Thank you so much for listening to Talk F1, and we will see you next time on the Michael Papinchak Show.